good morning, Pre-PT Nation. We wanted to provide you with this video going over the topic of how to avoid making common PTCAS submission mistakes. So when you're getting ready to submit your application, what are the most common mistakes a lot of applicants make, or what are the areas of that commonly trip people up? We want to go through these. The first thing that I want to point your attention to is this lovely check status button on your PTCAS application. So you just click it right here. I obviously don't have a ton of stuff filled out on my PTCAS dummy account, but anything that you have filled out or anything that needs to be verified or completed, whether it's references, observation hours requests, transcripts being sent, you can double check on the status of those different areas of your application here. So please use this and rely on this heavily to make sure that you have things completed. I would check it every couple of days while you're still waiting on things to be completed, just so that way you can stay up to date. You will get an email from PTCAS when things are submitted or completed, but it's always a good idea to double check and make sure that you're reviewing this. So when we start out, I'm going to go through these rather quickly. First thing under academic history, please make sure that you have transcripts from each university where you first obtained any college credit, okay? It doesn't matter if that college credit transferred to another university. It needs to be the transcript of the institution where you first obtained that credit, okay? So you may need to make sure that you've got all of your transcripts ready to go and that they've all been sent to PTCAS. The next area under transcript entry, okay? Please also make sure that your transcripts that have been manually entered into PTCAS match your official transcript. This is a very common cause for concern for your application to be flagged or to have processing errors if it doesn't match exactly, okay? And this isn't something that you need to freak out about. You're literally just putting in the exact same information. So just double check and make sure that it matches before you submit, okay? Another area that we're going to look at, so under program materials, the prerequisites section. Okay, so you have these prerequisites that are listed here under the program. And sometimes applicants are asking themselves, well, I have a course that's similar to this. I don't know if it satisfies the prerequisite. So one area that you can go is under the program's specific page. And then this is on the PTCAS program directory. You can click on course prerequisites. And once this loads here, this is going to give you acceptable courses, okay? So go through this and make sure that your acceptable courses, that your course that you've entered matches the acceptable course. And if you have any discrepancies or concerns, contact the program directly to get that resolved, okay? So make sure your prerequisites match with what is required by that program. You can verify this looking at their acceptable courses as well. Okay. All right, the next one, and we're going to come up here. This actually has to do more with program requirements, GRE codes specifically. So please ensure that your GRE official scoring reports have been sent to the correct code for the universities or the institutions that you're applying to. Okay. These program or university codes, double check, make sure they're the same. If there are two codes listed, like we have here for Arkansas State, double check with the program and ask them if they need both to be sent, or your score reports to be sent to both codes or just one of them. Make sure that you have all your ducks in a row with this. And this is not done via PTCAS, but this is done via the ETS website that hosts the GRE. Okay, so double check on your scores. Another one for program requirements that we have here is reference requirements by program. Now, this page is a little bit dizzying, okay, because it gives you all of these different categories of the acceptable reference types for each university. And this can be kind of overwhelming. So typically what we recommend is if you just go under program materials, go under references, it's going to say right here, 3 references are required from the following: 2 from PTs and 1 from another person of the applicant's choice. Most of the time, the programs are going to list this here, but if you do want to see if a reference that you have would qualify, you can come under this tab, and then I would just double check as well with the program-specific page to make sure everything matches. Not having the correct category of a reference has been a cause of an applicant's application being thrown out on multiple occasions. I know it's silly, it seems like a technicality, but don't make these silly mistakes, okay? Double check before you submit. All right, now, another one is going to be verifying your observation hours. So you go under observation hours, you have this entered here. Again, you can go under check status and you can see if your observation hour verification request has been completed or electronically signed. That's pretty easy to do, but it's an area sometimes that applicants will miss, and a program deadline will blow by and their hours weren't verified, and so that makes their application, or that area of their application, not completed. And that can be a cause for disqualification as well. And then the last one that we have here is completing the other PTCAS essays. So this first one's found under economic, educational, environmental factors. A lot of applicants are like, oh, I didn't know that was there, and if I did, I would have completed it. So this is the disadvantaged applicant consideration. We've posted videos about this. Again, if you go through these and you're answering yes to a lot of these questions, you probably qualify as a disadvantaged applicant. And so you would click yes, and then it gives you a 4,500 character essay that you can complete there to describe your personal situation. And then under other information, you have your COVID-19 essay, 2,500 characters. And then this one right here, a lot of people will miss. Does your academic record accurately reflect your capabilities? If you had a semester where maybe you had a family, death in the family, or you had a car accident and your GPA tanked because it happened right in the middle of the semester and you were just dealing with a bunch of stuff, and all your other semesters show that you've got a great academic record, then you can answer this and say no, and it will give you 1,000 characters to describe or give some context to your particular situation. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. Just gives you some kind of commonly missed things before you submit your application that you can review. I'm sure there are other areas, but these are the most common ones that we go over with applicants when we review their application with them. And hope this has been beneficial for you. If you have additional questions, don't forget to submit them via our story on Tip Request Tuesday, or you can send us a DM. Thanks so much, and have a great rest of your day, and happy applying.